Patrick. How you doing today?
Hi, this is Pat from GrowStone, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about GrowStone, how it's made, some of its physical properties, and how to actually use the product. First thing you need to understand about GrowStone is that it's actually made from recycled glass. It's 98% recycled glass. We are located at a landfill in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We take all the glass that comes in, and we take the glass, we crush it, and then we mill it down to this consistency here.
It's like powder.
This is actually ground up glass. It's very fine. It feels like talcum powder or baby powder. And the only thing that we add to this is calcium carbonate, which is basically limestone. And under high temperature, the glass powder actually foams and rises. So to give you an idea what it looks like, this is our product coming out of the kiln. So this has gone from about a 2-inch height up to about a 6 to 8-inch height, and with nothing more than ground up glass and calcium carbonate. So unlike Hydroton, which is strip mined and comes from Germany, or perlite, which also is strip mined, we like to say we mine the landfill. That's where we get our product from. So I have two different sizes of product that we manufacture. It's the same product, just crushed two different ways. The first one I want to talk about is our smaller particle size, which you can see is very much in size of a big and chunky perlite. If this was perlite and I was pushing down on it, this would actually crumble and turn into dust. You can see that this product is very sturdy, which means it's going to last a long time in your soil. What I like about it is it doesn't float in the soil. You know how with perlite, you have it mixed into your peat or core, you irrigate, the perlite rises to the top, then floats away. This, because it's coarser, won't float within the soil, won't wash away. You get considerably less fines, the dust in the bottom of the bags. You also don't get those big clouds of unhealthy dust. You don't get that with GrowStone.
Oh, so you're not going to breathe in all that particulate stuff that you're
That's it exactly. That's it exactly. The other thing is that it provides approximately 70% more aeration to your soil than what perlite does. So you can use less of it. The other size product we make is our hydroponic growth medium. This is a very good alternative to Hydroton, which is not available any longer. There is some Hydroton knockoffs on the market, but this is something that you should consider using instead of Hydroton. So some of the advantages of this, the biggest one is that this actually retains water. It doesn't repel water like Hydroton does. And I'm going to do a little bit of a science experiment here for you to show you the water retention. So we put a drop of water here, and let me grab some Hydroton here. So we put the Hydroton there, kind of sits there. About all that it does is give off that reddish clay that it leaches, that clogs your pumps, coats the roots of the plant, just holds no water. But check this out when you put the GrowStone there.
absorbing it.
It's absorbing all the water. So GrowStone will absorb water and releases it back to the roots. There's no chance of any sort of root rot or anything like that. What it means though is that you'll use less water in your system, and the finer hair roots will actually grow down and anchor themselves into the product, looking for that water and the liquid nutrients that it contains in the GrowStone.
You wouldn't see that with Hydroton with that little root growth.
You would not. You would not. So when you pull this plant out of the net pot, yes, it's going to take some of the stones with it, just some of them. The rest of them will still be there. These are reusable. It may not be as easy as Hydroton, but if you use hydrogen peroxide or some way to get sterilize and get the organic matter out of it, it is definitely reusable. You can get several seasons out of it. So, superior performance through 70% more aeration than perlite, holds 3.5 times more water than what Hydroton does, made from a recycled material. why would you use perlite or Hydroton? Thank you.
That makes sense. And because of its porosity, for those folks that are using beneficial teas or using beneficial fungi, it's important to know that anytime you give the ability for the medium to have a porous characteristic, it's always going to have those little nooks and valleys for those beneficials to thrive in. And that's something that people tried with Hydroton, and they tried hydrocorals because they're a little more imperfect, but I kind of see this as being that perfect fit, allowing the beneficials to thrive in an area, especially if it's just strictly the pebbles and it doesn't have a peat or a cocoa around it.
Well put, well put.